I consume news through Facebook or Twitter, mostly. That's how I get most of my information.
Mine's probably from Twitter. Like, literally all my news would be from Twitter. And, like, if some really big event happens, sometimes Snapchat will have, like, a story that I'll, like, click through. But I would say probably all my news comes from Twitter.
So, Taylor, how do you know what to trust?
I usually only look at ones that are, like, ones I know, like Huffington Post. Like, I don't read articles unless it's probably a site I've heard of. So, like, Huffington...
Follow certain news organizations on Twitter? Which ones?
I don't know if I do too bad. I just realized this is kind of embarrassing. I think I get my news from, I follow Cosmopolitan on Twitter, like Cosmo. I think that's where I get all my news, now that I really think about it.
Oh my God.
Sorry.
When you say you trust new organizations, you trust, why do you listen?
I think just because they are reputable, and typically the news they put out, I find to be like well backed up by evidence and sources.
Friends, definitely friends. So,
Okay.
Or just colleagues. I just hear people talking about different shows or movies that are really good, so that's how I face off.
Probably the computers that are running everything, the recommendation engines are just pushing, like, recommended for you because you watch blah, 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 or just if you're on the Facebook and the video channel, it's just the next video that comes up is usually something slightly related to what you previously watched. Same thing on YouTube.
I'm in an organization called Troy Camp, and again, we work with mostly elementary through high school age, but mostly elementary school age. And they're all really obsessed with this app called, I think it's called Musical.ly. You like dub a video. You basically share it with your friends, and it's like, oh, I made this cool video. Let me share it with my friend. Let me see their videos. And that's like something I've definitely noticed every single time we hang out. They're like making these videos.
I was going to say Musical.ly. Yeah, I have, like, my younger cousins send me Musical.ly videos, and I have no idea, like, I don't get it at all. But it's huge in that age demographic.
When you say video, do you mean general video, or do you mean like pop-up videos on websites and things like that?
That there's a lot more video content, like, ingrained in web content now. During the week, probably around an hour, 2 hours a day, but just, like, through scrolling through Facebook or going through, like, other sites where video's embedded. I don't watch a lot of, like, video content for the sake of watching it alone.
Many of my peers, including me, are listening a lot too. Actually, podcasts are becoming increasingly popular with millennials. There's tons of new podcast shows, and maybe it's just my friend group, but we all listen to podcasts. So that's also something I've noticed. People listen to them on the way to work, walking to class, in the car.
Yeah.
I personally go for, like, there's just certain movies that I feel like need to be seen in theaters, so the bigger kind of movies, I don't feel like my computer screen does justice to that, so.
That's good.
I go for like an outing, like a date with my boyfriend, or really just for like a social event, or for like a special screening of something. Like I recently saw Moonlight, where we got to meet the director and speak with the cast. So something like that, and hear like a live symphony with the scoring. So that was like worth it, but otherwise it's really a special event for me.
For me, it's like movies that you have to see because everyone's talking about, and you're like, you feel kind of left out if you don't know about it. So like 50 Shades Darker, it was like everyone had to see it like ASAP because everyone else had already seen it, kind of thing. And like Moonlight, because it was so talked about, everyone wanted to go see it.
So if a theater offered you an experience you couldn't get at home, say like brighter images or much better sound, would that attract you to the theater more, or would it just be the same movies you would just choose to go to the theaters that had that stuff?
I don't think that's like the main factor. Like it might help, but it's not the reason that I would go.
Imagine a few years after you graduate, you have a job, you're probably going to get a TV, like a big TV. Does anybody want that or no?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Or you're shaking your head, you're not getting a TV?
Probably not.
Is that like unique for, you're just like an anti-TV, or is that kind
No, I think a lot of my friends who've recently graduated like have set up their living rooms, and then they're like, oh, we don't really need a TV. Like we're just gonna sit here and actually talk to each other because like that's what we want to do at the end of the day. So I think they're like realizing that we don't need to formulate our living rooms around a TV, so you can make better use of your apartment space. You like have new things open up to you. Maybe you'll go out to a bar to like watch something, like a sports event, if you really need to see that. But I don't think I'll buy a TV.
I don't think I ever want VR to become just like the thing. Like we watch TV in VR. I'm in a class called JEDI, which stands for Journalism and an Emerging Digital Innovation, something like that. And we do this thing where every week we put on our VR headset and go into a different war zone. And some of these war zones had VR commercials in it for like AT&T, and it was the weirdest thing. And I can't be in a VR set for more than 10 minutes max. And it's really cool. Like the first time you go inside, you're like, wow, like I'm in Syria right now, but I'm sitting in a.
I'm really interested in like more the applications of AR. I got to do a HoloLens demo, and it was in a friend's dorm. Like my friends are there, and I can see them still because it's only like that much of your field of view. But it was like almost a shared experience, and it was cool to be immersed and still be present. And I think it struck a really nice balance.
You got 5 minutes to burn, standing in line.
Instagram first.
Right.
Instagram first. Maybe Snapchat if I've seen that someone has Snapchatted me recently. Then either like one of just the kind of nonsense games on my phone or like Flipboard sometimes for news.
Like interesting in like a web browser is not.
No, because on the phone, like if I want to read articles, I deleted Facebook on my phone as well. That probably factors into it. But
Anybody have Facebook left?
I still use it. I just don't have it on my phone because all the notifications were starting to stress me out. I like dabbled with Facebook Live over the summer before I deleted it off of my phone. There's a whole narrative to this. I was producing a play in a theater festival, and I wanted to try out new ways to spread the word, and so I would go live and be like, "We're performing in an hour. Get downtown," and like try to get people out there. And I think the first one was very well received, and the next 6 were just sort of like. Every time I went online, people were like, "Oh, he's doing that again." Then I realized that I'm on a family data plan, and live streaming video takes a lot of data. Finish video 7 of the week, and then you get a text, "You have 10% left and only 20 days of data."
I went through a Jenna Marbles phase when I was like younger, but I would agree with her that I feel like I don't know anyone who really like even watches YouTube a lot unless you're like went there from like a different link and you're watching like a video or something, or if it's I guess music. But like my younger sister, she's in middle school and she is into like the influencers. Like I think the influencers are kind of annoying too, and like YouTubers and stuff. My sister definitely does that. But as of like Instagram stars, I feel like I don't watch anyone who wasn't like or follow anyone who wasn't already famous before.
I would just say the biggest change for me has just been now I stream everything. So whereas I used to go sit down to watch a TV show at a certain time or watch DVR, now everything's through my computer or my tablet. And if it's not that, then it's just Netflix or some other platform.
For me, not as much as I used to, because I think there's so much more content now where it's more unlikely than versus back in the day where I would rewatch stuff I love.
I only rewatch if like a friend has not seen that show or movie yet, and so I watch it to like experience that with them.
$3,000,
Yep.
I wouldn't spend it on VR or any of that new stuff. It'd just be really simple, like a new phone, like new computer, like these staple things that people have.
Okay.
But you just mentioned this, like if I could have $3,000 worth of movie tickets, I would love that.
Okay.
Yeah, I echo that. I would buy like some pretty basic items, maybe like a couple of fun toys to like, tinker around with.
Okay, what do you mean by toy?
Just like for me, I don't own any like VR stuff yet, so I would love to get my hands on something like that.
Okay. Taylor?
For me, you mentioned experiences, so I would do, assuming I have my like phone, my computer, and like a TV, I would probably do like concert tickets or like sporting events that like I wouldn't normally be able to go to.
The first thing that came to mind is just I'd go to the Apple store and I would just update everything that I have. That's what I would do.
I don't think it'll be enough.
I do concerts because I go really often, and I would also do theme parks because I think people are trying to find way more immersive ways. Like I think Avatar Land is coming out late May, and everyone is going to go to that, and I would love $3,000 so I could just take a flight to Florida and experience that. So.
Nation?
I'd probably buy a bunch of movie tickets or like digital versions of movies just so I could like watch them over a really long period of time.
Super. Laura?
I would do like concerts or like music festivals or like plays or comedy skits.
Jacob? The HoloLens developer kit, I think that's $1,500. And then definitely some annual passes to theme parks, either local or try to do a plane trip somewhere. And if there is anything left, live theater.
And Lucas? Definitely would want to get more concerts, but I think I'd probably invest in a really nice camera. That way I can start making more content.
camera still video or?
Video. It'd probably be like a high-end DSLR that could take video.
Okay, yeah.
After hearing everyone else's answer, I just realized I completely changed my mind. I think I would buy Hamilton tickets if I had.
I was thinking.
I would get one, but I would get one really good seat.
Okay.
I was thinking like Coachella too.
Coachella?
Yeah.
Anybody else want to change?
Yeah, or the camera thing was a good one too.